This presentation is made possible by these amazing individuals and organizations. Whether it was through Patreon, Super Chats, Super Stickers, or by watching, liking, and commenting, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Hi guys! Welcome to the stream for today, which is going to be Action Stars part 6. Let's see if I can bring up the little banner for us to see. Let's see. There we go. And yeah, I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I am a little bit under the weather. You can see I have like bags under my eyes. I tried to get rid of them, but they wouldn't go away. So, but on the other hand, I think I'm feeling a little bit better. And I do have a juicy list of awesome action heroes and action stars at the end of our listing. Okay, so let me see who is in the chat before we go any further. Uh, before I noticed on the stream that Lance left a message first, but I for some reason I'm not able to call it up. Um, and I got a message from William here. Hello, William. How are you today? Here I be, perhaps with 9 suggestions to make. Awesome. You've been teasing these suggestions, so I can't wait to see which ones you mention. Let's see. Um, and you say, I want to quickly say that I tracked down RNG's review of Quartermass and the Pit. Chef's kiss. Wow, that's thank you. An addictively enjoyable review. I look forward to more. Oh, thank you so much. I am working on a review I've been working on forever now. It's been like 4 months, but it is coming. It's almost done. I have on the last stages of it, and it should be I would say next week. Next week should be next Sunday. Not this Sunday coming up, but the following Sunday it should be released. So I'm really excited about that. It's it's been a while. And technically 5 months. That's really wild to think about it. Keith E says, "Hello, I'm sitting here with some chili beans and Diet Dr. Pepper. Not sure what's going to mix with that." That sounds really good. Oh, you know what? Sounds really good with chili. Corn chips. Well, thank you for being here, Keith E. Always a pleasure to see you. We've got Lance in the house and saying hello, making friends. Uh, and William says, I don't think I'm going to engage in my imagination on that. Yeah, yeah, that's a wild combination, but maybe some corn chips might settle things down a little bit. Unicorn Rampant Studios is here and says good evening and good evening back to you as well. Great to see you in here. Let's see. Uh, anything? Oh, Hungry Jerk is here. Says hi everyone. Oh my goodness, good to see you, Hungry Jerk. Let's see. Who else? Oh, I've got some emojis from Unicorn Rampant Studio. Thank you so much. And William says that we all hear you. That's great because it would have been really funny if I was talking all this time and no one could hear me. It's happened before. It has happened. Oh, and look, Terry Talks Movies is here. Hello, Terry Talks Movies. Hey, Retro Nerd Girl. I appreciate you being here. You might enjoy this video, this live stream. It's a really a good topic. We did cover a lot of older movies, and now we've reached uh, the action stars of 1990, and we're going to go, tread very lightly into the modern retro, if you will, which I think is very interesting. Um, and Terry Talks Movie says, I just watched and reviewed Repo Man. Ooh, such a fun punk 1980s science fiction movie. And it's so funny because Repo Man, I've heard a lot of really cool things about Repo Man, and I've never seen it. I know. Confession. I know. Take away my nerd card. Take away my nerd card. Oh man. And William Blake Hall says, Terry, Australia's movie man. Greetings. And yes, Repo Man is awesome. Oh man. Well, I'm missing out, it looks like. I'm so glad you guys know each other. That's great. Um, and Unicorn Rampant Studio says everything except digital except unless you counter 8-bit Atari arcade animations. Ooh. And Terry Tong teases the repo review will be up soon. Well, great. I can't wait to see it. Let's see. And Jack is here. Hello from Texas, he says, and hello from Project Genesis. I am so happy to see you here today. Let's see. Um, and William says, shameless plug. Anyone not familiar with Terry, go check him out. Okay. Um, yes, you definitely check out his movie review channel. Moderators, you guys can post um links to channels if you want. So if you want to collect his channel and post it, you definitely can, so people can just click over there and sub while they can. Um, and also, since I'm mentioning my moderators, I think it's time for me to thank them for their awesome, awesome help in keeping the channel so running so smoothly. And let's see if I can find it. Here it is. I really appreciate you, mods. So awesome. I love that. I love that little video. It makes me so happy. Um, and, and William says, take away the nerd card. Never. I know. Sometimes I'm really hard on myself, but yeah, I've never seen that movie, so I feel a little guilty about that. Um, and Terry is sympathetic, says that there's not enough time to watch all the movies. I know, I know. It's my goal at least to try to watch as many as possible from the 80s. So I have to watch Repo Man at some point. Jack says Repo Man is worth it, has some pretty good laughs. Okay, I'm in. I am in. And Lance says, my message was a super fan for 2 months. Now, yay, love ya, Orangey. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I mean, I would definitely. Yes, I appreciate it so much. Lance, you have really been outstanding, not only as a mod, but just a friend to the channel. Just been doing so much to help this little channel chug away on the train tracks of life. So I appreciate you so much. Um, and Hungry Jerk says, sneaked into Repo Man when I was younger. And oh, look who's here. It's Stunt Brat 777 Smith. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for visiting me today. My retro nerd girl, good Friday. Hugs, beautiful one. Oh, hugs to you as well. Oh my goodness. How are you today? I hope that you're doing well. Um, everyone's saying hi to Stunt Brat. Um, and Unicorn Rampant Studio is saying, Lance Master Wrench. Ooh. What a title. I love when people give other people titles. Uh, and it's not like, oh, I call myself this, other people call you that, and it sticks. So maybe that one might stick. Lance Master Wrench. Let's see. Uh and okay, so I think we're all settled here. And I'm gonna get things started immediately because we have a lot. I want to finish this once and for all, and I have uh, over like maybe over 30 names to go through. So I really want to press the start gate on this. So I'm gonna do my list really quick. Oh, well, actually, what I'm gonna do, yeah, we're gonna add this to the stream, and I'm not sure if I want it that big. Let's see, maybe that big. Let's see how that looks. Hmm. I'll have to move myself over here. And that might work. I mean, yeah, I think I like the way that looks. That looks pretty decent. Okay, so let's look. I'm just gonna go through all of them really quickly because we need to get to the last one we did, which was Pierce Brosnan on the list. So let's see. I hope I have the right um, version of this because one of the earlier versions had a different amount of people on it. Let me just look really quickly on this and see if this is the right one. Wait a minute. I believe so. I believe so. I believe so. Okay. So, so I'm going to go through really quickly and just show you the names as I talk through this. Um, But these guys are incredible. We went all the way back to the 1920s. And we're kind of moving our way up on the historical movie line to see all of these fantastic action stars of yesteryear. And we still have a lot more to go. Uh, just so much more. Let's see. Oh, look. Oh, wow. We have Daily Dan here. Great to see you, Daily Dan. Let's see. And I think we're getting close. We're almost there. It's so weird to go by these faces so quickly because it took such a long time to get there. Let's see. And yes, Pierce Brosnan was the last one. All right. And let's see what you guys are saying. Yep. So, Daily Dan is says greetings from South Carolina and greetings from Project Genesis. And Sembra is saying greetings from Santa Barbara. Oh, wow. I bet the weather is just perfect there. Uh, and oh, Lance is reminding everyone to hit the like button. And please do. Let's see if I can get my little reminder. Yes, go ahead and smash that like button. Love seeing Wonder Woman do that thing. And William Blake Hall says, I'm going to try to sneak one in. She was in the miniseries Pillars of the Earth, 5 episodes of a reboot of the prisoner, played Spender in a podcast of Bradbury's Martian Chronicles, however. Okay. Not sure who that person is. Uh, but we're waiting patiently for the name. And Hungry Jerk says, I saw Pam Grier, met her several years ago. Oh, wow. Wow, what a beautiful lady. She definitely is fantastic. Um, And Stunt Brat says, Retro want my faves? Yes, please tell me your faves. Everybody tell me your faves. I want to know. Um, and William Blake says it's Haley Atwell, best known for as best known as Peggy Carter, and had 18 episodes of her own show, Agent Carter. Love Haley. Oh wow, that's more modern, isn't it? Or let me see. Isn't that more modern? Um, More modern? Yeah, I haven't. I'm such a retro devotee that I have not watched a lot of her stuff, but I do know who she is. Yes. And oh, I got emojis from Unicorn Rampant Studio. Now I see the first two. I think that's a rabbit. Oh yeah, I'm looking at my auxiliary computer to find out what the chat is saying, and I got two rabbits, an egg, and then a nest with eggs. Thank you so much. I love emojis. You know that I do. Wow. And Sunbrat says, "Come visit. I'll take you to Disneyland or Universal." Oh, that is so sweet. I've been there once. Yeah, once before, a long time ago. I was there. Um, yeah, I would love to visit you. Oh my God, imagine how nice it would be. I'm trying to like fix my camera so that way I'm not all the way down at the bottom of the screen right down here. Let's see. It is kind of a wild, let's see. Um, oh, and look who's here. It's Prince Everlove. In space, no one can hear you giggle. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, wow. And Prince Everlove has good vibes. I think that's the emoji, isn't it? The emoji for good. Yes, it is. Hello, good vibes. Yes, it's the emoji. Thank you so much for those emojis. Um, uh, and Terry Talks movie says Sonny Chiba is definitely an action star to check out. The man was a force of nature. Oh, okay. I need to add him to my list because ultimately I'm gonna do let me just write it down really quickly. Tony, uh, Sonny Chiba. Okay. All right. And Stunt Brat says retro bring mom too. Oh, she would love it. Oh my God, she would love it. She would love it. Well, thank you for the invitation. Oh my goodness, that's so sweet of you. Oh my goodness. You're so sweet to me. Oh my gosh. And William Blake Hall says, yes, Sony Chiba is a name that comes up all the time. And all right, so let's get started. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna do three right now, and then we could talk about them. We've got let's see, we've got Mark DeCas. I can't say his name right. DeCasco, DeCa, DeCascos, DeCascos. Mark Dacascos. Mark Dacascos. Yes, there we go. He was actually in John Wick 3 and he was fantastic. And you guys probably know him from being on the Top Chef show on uh, the Food Network. But he's also known for these movies: American Samurai, Double Dragon, and Drive. Um, Very, very incredible martial artist and character in general. A pretty decent actor. Let's see who else we've got. Angelina Jolie. Very much spent many days of her life, many years of her life as an action star. She's done Cyborg too. She was really young in that one. Well, she was also in another movie that I really like is Hackers. Um, she was in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, and then she was in Wanted. These are all movies I absolutely love, and also love the movie Salt as well. That was pretty good, and she was definitely a huge, doing it up really big as an action star in those. And then there's Julie Strain, guys. Do you guys know about Julie Strain? She's like well, unfortunately she passed on, rest in peace, but she was a legend when it came to being a model and a muse for many artists for like fantasy art, if you will, fantasy art that would appear in books like heavy metal. She was just amazing. And then she also had a very long career in a lot of B movies where she had to do, she had to be an action star. Or lead as an action star, and I always like, her movies, and she was just a lot of I thought she had a lot of fun energy as a person, and as a character that she would always play. And let's see what you guys have to say. Oh my God, a lot the chat just jumped. Okay. Um, and Hungry said used to smoke funny chiba years ago. Oh, what's that? William says to Costco's, he didn't he do a crow show? I think he did play the crow on television when they did like a television thing. I am having some allergy. The allergies are attacking too, besides me being just a little bit sick today. So I'm not getting an easy day of it today. Um, but we're gonna power through because we're strong. Mm. All right, Prince Evelo says Terror Under the Sea, a great retro 60s sci-fi film with Sonny Chiba. Okay. Okay. And Stumprat says, love your retro. The invitation is a standing one. Whenever you come out here, hugs. Oh my God, see, you're so sweet. Thank you. Oh my God. And um, let's see. Um, oh, William brings up Salt, Jane Smith, Acid Burn, Fox. And William Blake Hall says, I think I know mainly from the Sedaris, Andy Sedaris flicks. Yeah, I mean, I know that they had like a little collaboration going on, and there were a lot of movies that she did, B movies that she did that were, I would say fun, but also like they're like exploit movies, but I think exploit movies are hilarious. So, um, and she had a specific way of looking at those kinds of movies. She didn't think um that they were bad at all. She was like, I got the body for it. So she just I mean, I love her attitude about everything. It was just so great. Oh wow. Look, it's the Bat Channel is here. Hello, the Bat Channel. How are you doing, Trey? Oh man, great to see you. I can't wait to talk to you about or find out your point of view on the Mandalorian this this episode. uh, let's see. Oh, William says it must be the right bat time. Oh man, yes, yes, yes. All right. So yeah, yeah, yeah. We're up to it and we're up to date. We went through everybody. So Angelina Jolie, Mark the Cascos. For some reason, I have a problem pronouncing his name. It's right there, is the Cascos. um, but yeah, and let's go forward. We've got Billy Zane. Okay. Now, he did a movie called The Phantom, which I loved. I don't know why that wasn't a hit, but it didn't work out. He was in Survival Island, Tombstone, and quite a few other movies. One big one that you might recognize is probably what is the name of that movie? The Titanic, guys. He was in that movie. And then Sandra Bullock comes in as an action star. Miss Congeniality, Speed, Demolition Man. She didn't really have a lot of physical things to do in those movies, but they were definitely part of the action genre. And so she kept getting, uh, definitely, she kept getting roles for those parts. Uh, and one more, let's see, Keanu Reeves. Okay, who's still killing it right now? But he had a lot of different roles during his career, but when he broke into action, I felt like he found his niche. And for me, that was in the movie Speed. Speed was amazing. I must have actually went to see that movie like maybe over 50 times when it came out. I was in the theater watching. I was like, what am I looking at? It was wonderful. And The Matrix just changed the game for action in just in general, that movie. And then John Wick is like another level. So definitely mad, mad props to Keanu Reeves for being on the cutting edge of action movies and actually like doing a lot of training to look like there's obvious parts where there's stunt people coming in to help him out, but on the most part, he looks pretty good, doing his portion of the work. And that's been able to like raise the level of what it looks like, of what action movies look like. So I'm loving it. I'm loving his work, and I hope he gets to still do some more. Safely though, because as you get older, parts of the body are not the same. So, and he has like bad knees, so anytime they're like running scenes, that's definitely not him. Um, and they have trickery ways now of making you think that people are actually doing some of the stunts by actually like putting the their face computerized on top of the stunt actors, which is like what? But if it looks good and it sells the movie, it sells the thing, let's do it. And William Blake Hall says Julie Strain was 6'1". Yes, yes, she was tall. And then she just had a sick like body. Like her dimensions were just like out of this world. So she was definitely like an Amazon. She was an Amazon in real life. And she seemed, like I said, she enjoyed her job very well. And Lance says, guys, I'm out, not feeling it tonight. Sorry, maybe on Saturday, okay? All right, Lance. I hope you're feeling better. I know I hope you're yeah, I hope you're okay. And we send you lots of love, and I hope you feel better. Definitely. It's rough when you're not feeling 100%. I know, right? You know, but yeah, I appreciate you. Okay. Um, and Jack says, as per Julie B movies aside, you booked a gig. Yeah, yeah. I mean, she was very professional about that. She definitely took that very, very seriously. And William Blake calls this, I'm a Phantom fan. I know Zane from way back in Dead Calm, a great thriller. I never saw Dead Calm. Um, and it's a horror movie, right? I didn't see that one. But yeah, Fandom was like, it was so good. I don't know why it didn't it didn't do as well as it could have in the movie theaters. And the Bat Channel says, doing good, but so damn busy. I hear ya. So many videos I need to edit and stuff going on. So much to do in so little time. Yeah, I know. I haven't gotten a chance to to think about myself. I have to still do taxes. It's like insane. I know I waited so late because I was waiting for somebody to send me a form, and it's just been sick. I'm just out of my mind. Um, and Prince Love says, Billy Zane, quite an actor. Yes, quite an actor. And he's not too proud to do a B movie either. I like that. He's willing to take a chance, and he's not, uh, uh, you know, uh, he's approachable. He's approachable. Hungry Jerk says, my dad was in Tombstone and other movies. Oh, wow. What? That's pretty cool. um, And Unicorn Rampant Studios says Sandra Bullock has a great deal of believability. She does. She knows there's something about her performance that feels realistic. And I think when she was younger, she just had like she was like a bubble of energy and like always smiling and really like I don't know, I just loved seeing her on screen. It was there was something special about her in the right away in the beginning. And then as she kept going, she just became a better actress along the way too. It was just her roles just got stronger and stronger, and she's amazing now. William Blake Hall says Gravity is an amazing ride. Just give Sandra some fast traveling vehicles. Yeah. Unicorn Rampant Studio says Keanu during the 80s. I dismissed him, but as a grown up, he won me over hardcore. Yeah, yeah. Um, he, unfortunately had a very like on screen when he first started came on the scene was just a very good looking young boy with who could fill out a team of a group of people like he would work better with other people. But I think I first started seeing him as a star in Speed. That was it, because I was like, wow, he actually held the movie and it was great. So. And Shack Theater Official says greetings from South Carolina. absolutely. Greetings from uh, the Project Genesis. Great to see you. And retro Stunt Brat says retro more than one of my peeps who don't know each other have said I would have killed it. Uh, Sandra's role in that explains a lot. That explains a lot. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, because and in her early years, I think it was about like, she was so cute. You know what I mean? She was definitely cute. And Hungry Jerk says, Keanu was a gay icon. Possibly. And a unicorn, I went to an audition for Speed. Oh, okay. That's wow. That's pretty cool. And Jack says, Keanu has as the bad guy in Much Ado About Nothing, his expression never changes through the entire movie. I thought he was good. I really liked him in Devil's Advocate. I do like that movie. I don't know what it is. I did review it as well. Uh, and driving fast is dangerous. I'm glad you're trained. Says Unicorn says to Stunt Rat. Um, and Stunt Rat says, agreed. The speed audition was for stunt peeps to be on the bus. Oh yes. I mean, that is dangerous. I mean, that when I saw that movie, I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared for the people on the bus, and I was afraid because they were going pretty fast. And William says, dead calm, more suspense than horror. Stars Zane, Nicole Kidman, and Sam Neill. Okay, I should give it a shot. I should give it a shot. And oh wow, I guess you don't like Sandra Bullock. um, um, Keanu did two movies with Rachel Weisz, Constantine and Chain Reaction. I didn't know that. Did not know that. Oh, you meant the Sandra's role in The Proposal. Oh, okay. That movie. I like that too. That movie is pretty hilarious. But it's got that silly trope where it's like, oh, we're gonna deceive some people and then they're gonna find out about it and nobody's gonna talk to anybody. I hate those tropes, but it was still, I think they made the most out of that. Sean Ennis is here. Hello. In LA during the premiere of Much Ado, people were saying I'm a fair dealing villain dude, referring to uh Keanu's. Oh man, I love Keanu, but I recall him from Dracula. Um, but I recall from Dracula his music. Uh, Yeah, I guess I mean, what we're talking about action. I mean, let's just say John Wick is like on another level. Um, and yeah, I think he did a lot for action movies. Let's see. The next one is now Woody Harrelson. You wouldn't really put him in this category. You guys are spicy today. You wouldn't really put him in this category, but based on he has such a repertoire for dramatic roles. But there was a time he did a lot of movies with a lot of action in it, like Natural Born Killers, Money Train, and oh, I almost can't see this thing. Um, there we go. after the sunset. Yes, and so it's that is his list of movies. We've got Samuel L. Jackson in the house. He's not a a buff guy, but he seems to be in a lot of action movies. He was in A Long Kiss Goodbye, Pulp Fiction, and Shaft. He starred as Shaft at one point, and then he's just been sort of like an icon for, um, I would say a national treasure. He's just been in so much. Um, and This is Gary Daniels. This is a guy who's done a lot of B movies. Um, he's been in Blood Moon, Fist of the North Star, and Tekken. Um, I don't know if you guys know of this one. Let's see. Jack says in Dead Calm, Billy plays the crazy. He plays crazy to the ninth degree. I want to see this for that, just for that. Uh, Unicorn Rampant Studio says yes. This isn't Shakespeare action stars. Yes, it isn't. I mean, well said. Yeah, I mean, I have to say, like, you know, with someone like Keanu, he knew he experimented and tried a lot of different things. And I think he's still like out to do more stuff. I think he's working on a film right now. But think um I think as an action star, he found a place where he could just do the physical part of it and didn't have to, his aloof kind of personality would work well with that, you know. Um, and I do like that decision, like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna go for this thing that I'm really good at. He worked out like and speed. He like I don't know. He buffed up for that. Also in Point Break. We didn't even mention Point Break. He got buff for that. And I think he plays perfectly against Patrick Swayze in Point Break. Like you want the focus to be on this awesome dude, the villain, who you like and you want to like you're kind of conflicted as to like is are you who should you be rooting for? And so it's really kind of nice that he kind of found his groove, so if he didn't, he would have, he wouldn't have made it in Hollywood, and they would have kicked him out a long time ago. You got to find your groove, I suppose, as is the lesson of that story. And Sean says, I almost met Sandra Bullock. I did some pre-production on the movie called When the Party is Over. I met the rest of the cast and then saw a door open wide to the hair and makeup room at Panavision. Wow, that sounds cool. And Sunbread says, "Retro, the proposal plot was predictable but well cast and shot. Great comedic performance. Yeah, it was like it was chuckles all the way through. But yeah, it was a Hallmark movie pretty much." And what are Hallmark movies except for sometimes they just pretty much rip off a lot of those big romance comedies um, and and just change the story around a little bit, which I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Uh, and And Sean is continuing his story at when the doors open. He said, I said to myself, who's that? And he says, seeing Sandra Bullock in profile, but never did get to meet her. Aw. And William says, I recall Samuel L. all the way back to Strictly Business and Patriot Games. Wow. Strictly Business. That's going way back. Uh, and sorry to say it, but Samuel L's death in Deep Blue Sea is hysterically funny. Yeah, that was terrible writing. Terrible writing. At least let the man finish his speech first, and then you know, and then let him get eaten by the shark. Just too much. And let's see. And William says, Samuel L. is Mace Windu. Enough said. Yes. And and Sean says, yes, saw the net like Bullock Bullock hated Erwin Wonkler's direction. Um, and and between Sean and Stunt Brat, he says that I bet you have more stories than I do. That is so sweet. All right, so let's keep going. So nobody knows Gary Daniels, huh? Let's see. Michael Jai White makes the list. Who at one point I had a huge crush on. He was in Black Dynamite, Spawn, and Tyson. And I know that a lot of people don't like that Spawn movie, but I did. I loved it. Then there's Andy Lau, who did Internal Affairs, Burning Out of Time, and Full Throttle. Um, and I'm not sure how many people know of him. And of course, Will Smith, who did Bad Boys, Independence Day, and Men in Black. Amongst the few action films that he did a lot of action films, lots and lots of them. But that was just a few of the action films that he did. Um, and oh, and Sean is correcting. It was Winkler, Erwin Winkler, and William Blake Hall says, "Love Black Dynamite." Oh wow, the the allergies are attacking, guys. The allergies are attacking. Give me 1 minute. I need a moment. Okay. Uh, Here, let me get a video. Uh, a quick one for you. Oh, I'm gonna die. uh, Here, I'm gonna just say thank you to you guys. I'm just gonna say thank you for anybody who's watching. Here you go. Whew. Sometimes you just need a few seconds to get it together. I may need to do that again though. Let's see. We've got um, Terry Talks Movie says the CGI in Spawn movie was atrocious. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Oh, It was pretty bad. But that was what, the 90s, early 2000s. It's like you had to look at things and imagine how they were supposed to be. That's how I think of, I mean, because everybody was using computer, CGI in the 90s, and it just looked terrible. All of it. And I respect the fact that they're really, they were trying to, in order to get to where we are now, they had to go through those growing pains of making film after film after film with terrible CGI. And yeah, uh, that's why the nostalgia for 80s movies is like so strong, because there was something at least believable about the actual thing being in the space, um, the practical effects that they just tried to completely get rid of. I was like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna do everything in computer. And I'm like, I don't think you can. The only movie that really, like the first movie to do it wonderfully, was, of course, Jurassic Park. But after that, it was really, really tough to keep up that kind of quality. And yeah. William Blake Hall says, "Welcome to Earth." Now, that's what I call a close encounter. And Sean Ennis says, Gary Daniels did some work, some okay martial arts. Michael Jai White is awesome. Black Dynamite is hilarious, but he is a stunning martial artist. Yeah, he really does have a great deal of training, and so does, who else was pretty dynamic. I think Wesley Snipes was pretty amazing. I think for one of his films, I think it was Demolition Man, they had to ask him to slow down his movements because he was too fast. Um, and Terry Talks Movie says Will Smith is okay until he got slap happy. Yes, we're uh Sean in it says I Erwin Winkler has produced great movies, but he's an awful director. Oh, in my opinion, in your opinion, yeah, that's sad. Um, William Blake Hall says one of uh, Will's best movie roles was of his earliest, 6 Degrees of Separation. Yeah, I think that wasn't that his breakout movie role, if I can remember. And it was just amazing. Like he killed it. Um, and ever since then, his career's just been like, whew, until recently. Jack says, don't feel bad about Spawn. I rented it twice. Um, when it hit VHS, a pure nightmare fuel. Yeah, there were some like things that were nightmare fuel about it, but some wacky things I enjoyed about it too. As I did. I mean, um, Sean Ennis says, I agree. The live action Spawn was bad, but I don't blame MJW, John Leguizamo, or Martin Sheen for that. The HBO animated Spawn was cool. Did I see that? Mm. Okay, I need to see that. And MJW was more than held his own versus JCVD in one of the Universal Soldier sequels. Oh, I have to see that. Okay, because see, okay, the first Universal Soldier I loved. It's another movie I must have went to see like 50 times in the theater. So I was like, oh my gosh, because I was a big fan of Dolph Lundgren. And then I was like, um, uh, it just was kind of weird seeing these sequels, and I was like, I thought they died at the end of Universal Soldier, and so I never did bother to see any of the sequels, and I do know that there were lots of them. Well, at least I think 3 or 4 of them, I'm not sure. And so I didn't bother watching them. So I feel bad about that, but I do have to see that. And I do like Michael Jai White, so I don't know why I never bothered to see it. I just felt like it was going to be more of the same formula. Um, And oh no, Hungry Jerk says, I have to go. Thanks a lot. Oh gosh. Well, have a great night or evening. Enjoy the rest of your day, Hungry Jerk. Thanks for hanging out with us. Um, and William Blake Hall says, quick shout out to a star of two successful TV franchises, MacGyver and Stargate, Richard Dean Anderson. Yes, he's pretty awesome. It's his birthday today? No, it's not. It's just a shout out. Yeah, he's pretty good. I don't know. I liked him. I wish he was in more stuff. Um, I never. Um, I never saw. Well, I saw a couple episodes of MacGyver, and Stargate for a while there. I really loved that show, um, and so yeah, he was part of the glue that kept that going for a long time. I love the entire cast of that. All right, the next three we've got Antonio Banderas, who was in The Mask of Zorro, Desperado, and Spy Kids. And we've got Danny Trejo, who was in Anaconda, uh, From Dusk Till Dawn, and Machete. And also, he was in a movie called The Hidden back in the 80s. So he's been working a long time. He's been working a long time. And then there's Nicolas Cage, guys. Nicolas Cage, he was doing a lot of movies for a long, long time. But definitely in the 90s, he really started to pop off, especially when he um, started to do movies like he's got Ghost Rider, which is the favorite. A lot of people don't like that movie. I love Ghost Rider. I don't know why, but I do love it. And the second one was also a bit wacky, but I kind of enjoy it too. It's a guilty pleasure, guys. It's a guilty pleasure. Then Face Off. Oh my gosh, that movie is just insane, and I love it. Um, and then there's Con Air, which was highly loved and had a critical acclaim as well. So those are the next three on the list. Let's see. And William Blake Hall says, and Stargate had Amanda Tapping too. Yes. And I think Stargate, there's another one, another version of Stargate in which Jason Momoa was on. I forgot that version. What was the name of it? If anybody remembers. Jack says, have you considered anime or illustrated characters in this thread? Ian Flux comes to mind. Oh, well, we're gonna go through characters eventually. We're just doing action stars for now, but our Aeon Flux is on my list because she's, on any list, because that's my girl right there. Yes, Aeon Flux is the most, yes. And I'm talking about the actual uh uh the actual cartoon or the actual anime, if you prefer to call it that, animation, was the original animation was insane, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. And Daryl Johnson is here. Hello, Daryl. How are you? How is it going today? We're just going through this list. We're powering through this list of action stars, um, part six, and I just hope we can get through it. I think we will. I think we were halfway through right now, what I have left. And Shannon says that Danny Trejo has got his start with John Voight and Eric Roberts in 1985 with Runaway Train, a good movie as I recall. Oh, that's really cool. Thank you for looking. I don't know if you looked it up or if you just remembered it or know that. Wow, that's really good information. Thank you for um, giving us that scoop of information there. I love information. Tell me more. And William Blake Hall says Cage in The Rock. Oh yes, and also in Renfield, the Renfield movie coming out as Dracula. You know what? That looks really good to me. It's you know, the violence is gratuitous, and I think that's part of the humor of it. Um, Even though I don't like making fun of stuff like that, it seems to be the caliber that of humor that they're doing, and I don't mind it so much because it kind of makes sense with the characters that they're using. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I wonder if they'll play it at my little theater around where I live. Um, Amanda Tapping, an underrated beauty. Yes, and she's incredibly talented. Wow. Um, yeah. Okay. So, let's go through the next three then. Uh, so we've got Nicolas Cage. We've got Mila Jovovich, in which we all remember her in The Fifth Element. What a movie! What a movie! What a movie. For those of you who don't know, I did a review on that movie, a very deep dive into that movie, which I enjoyed immensely, immensely. She also did the Resident Evil, that entire franchise. She is fantastic in that franchise. From what I know of other people saying, I barely could get through the first movie. It's too much for me. It's too much for me, and you know why? Because of the darn zombies. Okay, let's just the the zombies. I told you I don't like zombies, and that's we got zombies all over the place. And in the first movie, there's a scene that just made me really sick to my stomach. That happens like right at the beginning, and I'm like, this is gross. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen this movie from Resident Evil. Um, and that movie uses a lot of CGI, but I didn't mind it. Now I mentioned Ultraviolet on this list as a movie she did because I it was that's another like CGI heavy movie that is a guilty pleasure of mine. I absolutely loved it. It was definitely silly, but oh, I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed it so much. Let's see. So we've got uh, Mila. Let's see. We've got Uma Thurman, guys. She did Kill Bill, and Batman and Robin, which is my guilty pleasure, and My Super Ex-Girlfriend, which I also enjoyed. These are all guilty, well, except for Kill Bill, but the other two are guilty pleasures of mine. I also remember her in a film that from the 80s called The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, which I absolutely adored. Um, and I plan on, of course, reviewing it. It's a deep dive, and it'll take me forever to do, but that is what a movie. Let's see who's next. I've got Brendan Fraser, guys. Yes, he just received an Academy Award for his performance in a movie called The Whale. But back in the day, he was an action star, guys. He was an action star. He did The Mummy, he did George of the Jungle, and my one of my favorite movies, Bedazzled. I love that movie, and I reviewed it on this channel. So, let's see. Oh wow. And oh, I wow. I think I it just jumped on me. Jumped. Um, okay. We talked about Amanda tapping, sorry. Oh, Puff Comics is here. Hello, Puff Comics. How are you? Yes, okay. I caught up to where you were. Hi, RNG, everybody. Oh, good to see you today. And Sean Ennis says Danny Trejo also saved Edward Dreams almost from getting whacked by a Mexican gang. I worked on an EJO movie, Talent for the Game, but never got to meet Trejo. Oh, wow. Incredible. That's an incredible story. Jack says Runaway Train is worth the watch. The live action train sequences make the movie. Oh, wow. And William Blake calls this multi-pass. 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 My favorite part is Bruce Willis's response to that. He's like, "Yeah, it's a multi-pass. She knows. Lilo Dallas, she's my wife. We're in love." Oh man, good times, good times. Oh look, it's John Walker today. Hi, good to see you, John Walker. He says, hello. How much have I missed? Oh, Hmm. Well, we've got about 10 more names, so you come at a good time. Let's just say that. But if you want to watch the replay, you can you can catch up. But I think you we've got about 10 good ones here left. Let's see. And William says, "I Johnny, you several. She got an early start, and it's really moving along today. Yeah, I don't know." And Sean Ennis says, "Mila Jovovich is so cute in Cuffs with Christian Slater. Technically an action film, although Mila doesn't do much. Interesting. Wonder what year that was." Um, hmm. And Daryl Johnson says, zombie kids freak me out. Yeah, zombies of any kind freak me out. I don't like those guys. And I think the reason why I don't like them is because they, of all of the monsters, they're the ones that are the most real to me. Like vampires are romantic and interesting. They can be scary sometimes. Vampire zombies, that's different. Right? They zombies and vampires have similar power strengths uh and abilities. And there is like a cross between like a zombie and a but zombies are just like they don't talk to you, they don't try to figure things out. They're like they just want brains. And yeah, there's something about that. It just freaks me out about those guys. I mean, I could probably go. I could. That's like a whole show right there. Why do zombies freak me out? Oh, so many reasons. Uh, and William Blake says, The Messenger. Yeah, I did not care for that movie. Uh, and Daryl says, Pulp Fiction. Yes, Pulp Fiction. With Uma Thurman. She really did a great job in that movie. William Blake Hall said, Munchausen, yes, worth remembering. Yes, I love that movie. It's the fantasy is just so awesome. Unicorn Rampant Studio, $5 super chat. Boo Zombies loved Ultraviolet opening night. True, guilty, indulgent. Yes, yes, it's definitely a guilty pleasure. It's definitely a lot of fun. I enjoyed that movie. And I mean, you got like a flying motorcycle. It's like it's just like in the air and like it twists and turns. I was like, yes. And it's about vampires and sunlight weapons, and I just enjoyed it so much. Um and I love a good vampire movie too. Yeah, I like that kind of monster, but like I said, a zombie. No, 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 no. So it's so funny that Mila did zombies and vampires. Very cool chick. She is cool. And so I have our special video for you. This one. All right, and we've got William says, I prefer the original Bedazzled. Yes, that's pretty good, but Brendan's was good too. Yes, they were both good. Um, I didn't mind that the remake so much. I actually saw the remake before I saw the original. And the original, of course, had Raquel Welch uh, doing a little dance. She was amazing. And John Walker says Encino Man was known as California Man over here in the UK. Okay. I never saw that movie. I should give it a looky. A looky see. Oh, look, Zacharat 315 is here. Hello, Zacharat. How are you today? Thanks for visiting me today. Um, and Dudley Moore's version was funnier. R.I.P. Dudley. Yeah, I mean, the jokes were more sophisticated, I think. Whereas the reboot was more guttural jokes. They were like simpler and childish. But the one that was done in the 60s was definitely more sophisticated, um, and definitely loved it, loved it. And William Blake Hall says, Uma in also in Gattaca. Yes, Gattaca is one of those movies I am definitely going to do a deep dive review of because it is such a powerful movie. It's got a great message. It is it's fantastic. Just the characters are so good. I love it. I love that movie. I love that movie. And Sean Anna says Cuffs also features Tony Goldwyn. It came out just before or just after Ghost. So some casting for the ladies here. Haha. Had to balance it with Mila. Okay. Cuffs. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. Um, and Stuntbrat says Brendan rocked in Blast from the Past. Yes, that was actually really good. That's a that's a deep cut because I forgot about Blast from the Past. Awesome, yes. That's a good one. Um, William Blake Hall says, new nominee. She was in two Wayne's World movies, Rising Sun, Villainous and True Lies. Yes, I know who you're gonna say. Another villainous in Cull the Conqueror, the crime adventure Hollow Point, and uh, she starred in her own TV show based on Tomb Raider called Relic Hunter. Tia Career. Love Tia. She is still amazing. She's incredible. And I think she sings now. She's which is really incredible. She sings a lot more now. And I think she said she was working on a new show. I saw a video. This is gonna crack you guys up. Um, it looks like remember um Apollonia, Prince's muse at one point, or protege. She has her own talk show on YouTube, and she had Tia Carrera come on the show, and they're really good friends, it seems. And so they had a wonderful interview, and it was she talked all about her life and some of the movies that she starred in. So you guys can find that on YouTube. It's really a great interview. Tia is fantastic, and she's just a super nice lady. Um, according to just her energy that she puts out there. And Daryl Johnson says uh Uma as Poison Ivy in Batman and Robin. I loved her in that, and I unfortunately I know a lot of people hate that movie, but I loved it. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine. I mean, I really adored that movie, because I just, we never had anything like that, and it was one of the closest things to the original Batman series with all of the fun that Batman used to have on that series. I mean, now he's dark and brooding, but in that show, he was, there was so much fun to it, and it was lighthearted and jovial. And so I thought Batman and Robin was a throwback to that. And I enjoyed it. I totally did. I'm probably the only person, uh, you know, there might be a small group of us out there. Um, Unicorn Rampant Studio says Gattaca was strangely compelling with strong performances. Oh, yes, the performances were ridiculously good. And like I said, that there's a really powerful message in that movie. Um, and just like it was written excellently. What a great story. They don't give everything away at the beginning. They slowly unpeel some things about the characters, and it just at the end you just feel like, wow, so satisfied. And maybe it wasn't the ending you wanted, but it was the ending that you needed. It was really great. I love that movie. um and Sean Ennis says Blast from the Past also features an early performance by Nathan Fillion. Oh, wow. And Stumbrat says, William loved Tia. She was so funny in Wayne's World. She was. She was amazing. And every time I've seen her out, she's so graceful and just, I don't know, she just makes me smile. She's really just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Cool J is here. Hello, Cool J. Good to see you. Brandon is a great actor. There's a sincerity in his performance that I appreciated, and I love to be dazzled. Yeah, there's innocence, just sincerity, and like an honesty there. That man, if he's putting on, he's good. I love it so much. I love pretty much all of the movies that I've seen him in. He's just been able to impart such a good, like, honest performance. even if it's being funny or if it's being you know what? I've never seen him as a bad guy though. I've never seen he was supposed to play a bad guy in the Batgirl movie. So that so do we miss out on that? Oh no. All right. Well, yes. And Stunbread says, Shana, gotta watch it again. Thanks. And which one is that? That is Blast from the Past. Yeah. Um, Oh, that movie, I'm gonna see it again. It's been a long time since I've seen it. And Goji says Irma was fantastic as Poison Ivy. Batman and Robin was pretty much a remake of the Adam West. That's exactly what I'm saying. It just had that flavor and that fun about it, but with a modern, lemon twist at the top. And it was really that's what I liked about it. It was goofy and silly. Of course, we didn't need bat nipples, but I mean, it did something. It's everybody knows when you say bat nipples, you know what we're talking about. It's iconic now. That's what life is all about, making those iconic moments in life. Uh, and William Blake Hall says it's wild catching the whale. I could see his slimmer self still shining through. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the makeup was pretty good. Um, but yeah, I mean, they're just, I guess to like seeing somebody like in that state that used to be skinny, you're always imagining their faces differently. Uh, And Sean says Nathan plays the evil ex-boyfriend that Brandon keeps punching, as he has some very funny lines and steals a few scenes um, that he's in. So cool. 70 Mustang 302 is here. Hello. I've been waiting all week to catch your show. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're a darling. And I haven't seen, Sean says, I haven't seen The Whale yet. Definitely looking forward to it. I like Monkey Bone. Oh my God, Monkey Bone I love that movie. It's another guilty pleasure, but I love Monkey Bone. That is so good and silly. And it's really silly. It is super silly, but if I want to laugh my butt off, I will put on Monkey Bone. I just love it. Yeah, LOL, guilty pleasure. I guess I don't think it's so bad. It's too bad. Yeah, I enjoyed that movie. As silly and weird as it is, I did enjoy it. And Koje says, I found the animated Lego Justice League to be fun and cute. Throwback to lighthearted DC superheroes. Definitely a good guilty pleasure watch. Lego Justice League. Never seen that one. Um, and Unicorn is welcoming all the new faces in the last few minutes uh, to join the chat. Thank you so much, Unicorn. Thank you. Um, and Sean, and it says Giancarlo Esposito is awesome in Monkey Bone. Yes, he's really he's really good in it. Yeah, there's just so many funny things about that. I think everybody's just knocking it out of the ballpark for that movie, and I just don't understand why people hate that movie. Um, but it is a weird movie. And so I think that's why people are just like, I don't get it. This is what is happening here. And Koje says, you have great taste in all movies and film. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I've got weird days. I won't lie to anybody and say, I like a lot of stuff that a lot of critics dislike. All right, let's see. And Terry says, Giancarlo Esposito hasn't been bad in anything. I don't think so. I mean, there's what he was in a movie that I saw with him just showing up for a few moments. It was uh well, it was a gosh, Desperately Seeking Susan, and he was in there for 2 seconds, and he was fantastic. I was like, "Wow, he's into that character." Yeah. William Blake Hall says, "New nominee, starred in the Evil Dead movies, Moontrap, The Hudsucker Proxy, Congo, Hubba Hotep, and appeared in the Spy Bird." Oh, yes. Why didn't I? Bruce Campbell. I hope I have him on there. I don't know. I might not, but he's yeah, and a chin to die for. Yes, he's great. He's great. He's definitely great. And Sean says David Foley, Kids in the Hall, is in both Monkey Bone and Blast from the Past with Brendan. I didn't know he is. He is in that movie. He is in that movie. What he's really funny. He is really funny. He is really funny. He's really funny. And Coach just says, "I'm weird, no worries." Oh no. It's I love that movie, Monkey Bone. I just do. William Blake Hall says Dave Foley, not exactly an action star, but some of his Kids in the Hall work up to YouTube is still hysterical. Yeah, he's really I do adore Kids in the Hall. I did see their revival um thing that they had on Amazon that was really great. Um, and Kids in the Hall, like all of the actors from Kids in the Hall are hilarious, and David Foley is no exception. There's something that he does. He just knows delivery. Um, and Sean says Giancarlo is also in Taps. Oh, wow, that's a throwback, which we have talked about a lot. Interesting, yeah. Wow. All right. Well, let's see. We've got some more to add on the list. We've got Ben Affleck, who has done a lot of action movies. Um, we know him from Reindeer Games, Paycheck, and Armageddon. At one point, he was doing a whole string um, of just action movies, and I did adore him in Reindeer Games. That movie is not it didn't get a lot of recognition, but it was a good movie in my opinion. It was decent, and I had fun with it. Um, then we've got Charlize Theron, who was also in Reindeer Games. It was great. She was great in that movie. And she was in Mighty Joe Young. She was in Aeon Flux. And let's see, The Italian Job. And one movie that she was in that I really enjoyed was this movie that she did with Will Smith, where they played superheroes. I think it was called. I forgot what it was called, guys. But I love that movie. It's called. Oh no, I forgot it. Let me look it up really quickly. Hancock. Thank you, Coach J. Yes, yes, yes. Hancock. That movie I thought was really great. Was hoping that they were going to do a part two. Um, but it was yes, everybody. Hancock. Hancock. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it was really good. I love that movie. To be very honest with you. Um, and let's see, did I get three? I got one more to go, one more. Vin Diesel is on the list. He was in Saving Private Ryan and The Fast and the Furious, all those wild and crazy movies in that series. And he was in XXX, and one that's not on here is Pitch Black. And let's see what you guys have to say there. David Bowie. And Jack says, "Who wasn't in Taps?" Yes, everybody was in Taps. 70s Mustang 302 says Giancarlo Esposito played the guy trying to sell sunglasses to Rosanna Arquette, and he was bugging out and Do the Right Thing. Yes, yeah, he's just been incredible. And Do the Right Thing, he was great. School Days, he played a really nasty character, nasty piece of work. And I really I think that's when I noticed him was in from School Days, and I was like, who's this guy? He's terrible. Not as an actor, but as a, the character he was playing. And so it's just kind of nice to see him continue to do really great work over the years and be recognized too. That's the key element here, because a lot of really great actors never get a chance to be recognized, um or even get work. I mean, just a job. um and Koj says Armageddon was the first film I saw his work in. Great soundtrack. Yes, yes. You're talking about uh, let's see, Ben Affleck. Yes, what a guy! What a guy! Um, Even till this day, definitely, I'm a big fan of his. I think um, there's still a lot of great work to be had from him. And you know, just talented. He started out talented, hasn't stopped being talented. And William Blake Hall said I actually liked Reindeer Games, and Affleck was still Jack Ryan from in Sum of All Fears. Oh wow, I haven't seen that one, The Sum of All Fears. Um, yeah, I did love myself some Reindeer Games. It's a Christmas movie, guys. Koj, love Aeon Flux. Yes, I didn't get to see that movie. I did not get to see that movie. Um, and I do believe I have it. I do believe I have that movie. I did buy it. So I gotta watch my own movie that I bought. um, And Terry Talks Movie says, gotta go, people. Breakfast time. Stay classy, all. Oh, wow. Okay. Have a great day. Breakfast time. Wow. Australia, right. That's right. So, well, you have a wonderful day and take care of yourself. Thank you for joining me today. You have a great one. I can't wait to see your review coming up soon. And let's see. Jack says Charlize as Aeon Flux. Interesting take on the animated series. Yes, and I believe she actually broke her back uh, in that role. And it was not a wonderful experience for her playing that part. But a lot of people had complaints about it too, because it kind of lost some of the flavor of the original drawings. They didn't quite get things right as people wanted. But I'm still interested in seeing it, because I just want to see what they did. And I love Charlize anyway. She's wonderful in just about anything she's in. She's not definitely hasn't been the weakest link in any oh boy, in anything I've seen her in. And William Blake Hall says, I first saw Charlize in Helga Selgen in 1996. 2 days in the Valley, getting to getting into a cat fight with Terry Hatcher. Wow. 2 Days in the Valley. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. Oh boy. I hope I'm not losing my voice. And Coach said I liked Pitch Black. Sci-fi horror is a gem of a genre. Yeah, some of it is good I get really scared easy, so I don't watch it all too much. Um, and so I don't think I've ever watched. I think I watched part of Pitch Black. I didn't watch all of it. I was like, oh, there's monsters. And William Blake Hall says Charlize was in The Devil's Advocate, Monster, and Atomic Blonde. Yes, I mean, I love myself some Devil's Advocate. It's so good. Um, I did review that one. Monster, I've never seen, and I didn't see Atomic Blonde either. And I should at least see one of them, right? Which I'd probably take. I should see Atomic Blonde because it's like a spy movie, isn't it? A spy action thriller. And Jack says Vin's breakout film was Pitch Black. The sequel was pretty good. And Daryl says Ben Affleck, The Accountant. I heard that was good. I heard that The Accountant was amazing. A friend of mine that I used to work with, he recommended The Accountant. And I was like, okay, if I haven't been able to track down a decent copy of it. So that's just been my dilemma there. Jack says, my cousin wrote the script for The Accountant. What? Jack. People love that movie. Um, William Blake called The Accountant. Thank you, Daryl. It would have been a shame to let that slip by. Yes, a lot of people uh, um, highly regard the Accountant. And John Walker says Paycheck had Thurman in it too. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. All right. All right, so let's go on to the next three. We're just zooming along. All right. So Vin Diesel, we've got Brad Pitt, Fight Club, uh, Troy, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Um, yeah, there were lots of other ones too, lots of movies um that he's in that's just really amazing, and you could say he's doing some action in it, but these were the ones that you could really say he was taxed to the nth degree to be an action guy in these films. Then there's Thomas Jane, who was in The Punisher, which I've yet to see, guys. You know, oh, what's wrong with me? Why didn't I see The Punisher with Thomas Jane? It looks fabulous. And Deep Blue Sea, and he was in The Standard. And the next person is Carrie Ann Moss, who was in The Matrix. Um, she was in all the Matrix movies. And I believe she was in a couple other movies too that may have been action oriented, but definitely the Matrix um, movies. Let's see what you guys have to say. Um, and Brad Pitt 7. Yeah, I never saw 7. I never saw 7. Um, and Fight Club, guys. Yeah, Fight Club was amazing. Lance, you're back, huh? Oh, so glad you're back, Lance. So glad you're back. Hope you're feeling a little better. As you can see, my voice is is having a hard time here. Hopefully, I'll hold on for a few more minutes. Uh, so I'm going to go further on along the next three. Colin Farrell, guys. I know he's still making movies and still awesome. Up for Academy Award, was nominated um this year, but back in the day he was in the early 2000s. He was in Phone Booth, Minority Report, and Tigerland. There were quite a few others too as well that he was in. I know he played, I forgot what movie he played Bullseye in. It was a superhero movie. He played Bullseye. Um, and yeah, he did a lot of physical character work when he was just getting started. But he was a good-looking guy, so and he had a great physique. So why not do it? Do it all. And Koji says, have to go. We'll check the replay as usual for the rest and what I missed. Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, Koji. Thanks for hanging out with us and contributing. I appreciate it so much. And 70s Mustang 302 says, not really a fan of Brad Pitt, but the first movie I ever saw him in was Cool World. Yes. Thanks for mentioning that, by Ralph Bakshi. I did love myself some Cool World, and had some really interesting concepts that I felt, unfortunately, Ralph Bakshi had a lot of studio interference, so he couldn't really make the movie he wanted to, but I still enjoyed it in some capacity. I did. John Walker says Brad Pitt played a serial killer in California with David Duchovny. Good film. And Lance says, RNG, hydrate. I know, and I don't even have anything around here for me to hydrate with. So I'm at a loss right now, guys. I suppose I could run and get something really quick if you would let me take a small break to just get some, like a little a soda or something. I'm like, my throat is really it's in and out. William says Brad Pitt movies, Thelma and Louise. Yes, 12 monkeys. He bears his butt and 12 monkeys. Ocean's 11. Okay, well, I have a lot of movies to see here, because I haven't seen 7 yet or 12 Monkeys. And I know people have told me, look, you retro nerd girl, you've got to see these movies. And I'm like, okay, all right, all right. And we've got American Outlaws, and Total Recall remake. Yeah, I didn't get to see that one. I was too upset because I was like, how dare they touch that movie? I thought that the Total Recall from the 90s was perfect. There was no need to make a Total Recall remake so early. It was like not even 15 years, I don't think, and they were already making a remake. I'm like, wait till it's like 30 years or so, or I wouldn't even have mind a sequel. A sequel would have been awesome. Anyway, I still respect it. I still could need to see it just to, look. I love sci-fi, so I want to see it in any way possible. And Daredevil, that's got to be oh, Bullseye. Yes, was in Daredevil. Yes, you're so right. That's it. That's it. He was in Daredevil, and Daredevil starred, um, you know, our guy, um, Ben Affleck. All right, so Unicorn Rampant City says that the True Detective season 2, very good series, even though it's often overshadowed by the first season. Oh, okay. William Blake Hall says my favorite Colin Farrell may be Minority Report. Oh, cool. And Jack says Troy was the worst telling of a classic Greek history. It was hard to watch, I have to say, but there were some moments that it was good, and it was a little tough to watch. Oh, look who's here! It's Tim's Talk. Hello, my friend. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Uh, oh, I can't wait to hear what you think of the Mando series. This last episode. Really looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it. Uh, and John Walker says Colin was okay as Sonny Crockett in Miami Vice in the Miami Vice film too. You know, I never saw that. Again, it's another reboot or like retelling that I just was like, but I'll give it a shot since you said he was good. Lance Chafin says, yes, RNG, go. Oh, okay. It's okay for me to go get something to drink really quickly. All right, I'm gonna do that. If you guys don't mind um, um, holding it down for a few moments, I want to play a little video. That's what I'll do while I'm gone, and it won't be more than a few um, moments. Let me find the video. Ah, here it is. So it's the 1 minute video I always play, and it's very tiny intermission. All right, hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Thank you so much, guys. You're the sweetest. All right. Well, let's get back to finding out what you guys are thinking about these action stars. And and William says, agreed. Total Record needed no remake. Yeah, it just didn't. It just didn't. So I guess I was a little hurt when the movie came out, and so I didn't pursue it. So I didn't bother watching it, but I do like all of the actors that are in the movie. And it didn't help that the critics hated it, but I was like, the critics hated it. That means that maybe I might like it. Unicorn Rampant Studio says he was good in Miami Vice. Nice call. Oh, it's okay. So I need to see that too. Um, Woodrow says Farrell's best sci-fi film was The Lobster, which was by a Greek director. Oh, that got a lot of critical acclaim. So yeah. Yes, unicorn telling you go get something to drink. Thank you. You guys are again awesome. William said I had trouble with The Lobster. I love Rachel Weisz, but that much. And Lance Chafin says that Colin Farrell was in the Fright Night remake as well. Yes, he was in that, and I didn't see that either. I had a problem with the CGI vampire teeth, and I just want my vampires to have real teeth. I mean, practical teeth. Is that so hard? Or at least look practical. I know that they're doing some really great things with CGI now, but back then it just was terrible. And then they would have their mouths open like extra wide, which is fine. I mean, it's great, but for a joke maybe once, but I don't know. I'm very particular about my vampires. But it's really funny because another movie did exactly that, and I'm okay with that movie, but not okay with this one. Well, I'll have to look at it and see. I do know that they made a remake of the sequel to Fright Night as well. Um, and that was kind of like creepy. So, I don't know. And thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Daryl. You guys are wonderful. And Jack says, Colin in the Last Legion, kind of Arthurian prequel. Ooh, I've never seen that. I love anything to do with the Arthurian time period. So, yes. Oh, Evan Ward is here. And he says, lobster. Oh, and Next Generation Show is here. Evening chat. Hello, Next Generation Show. How are you? And Daryl says, Colin Farrell, get past um, his eyebrows. Yeah, I like his eyebrows. They're great. um, and Jack says, have to go all now. Nice chat. Didn't get a new movie for your list. Didn't get a new movie for your list. I don't know what that means. Well, anyway, have a great day. Take care. Enjoy the rest of it. You're awesome. I loved hanging out with you today. Uh, well, I don't know. Didn't get a new movie for your list. Oh, I do have a couple that I wrote down, though. I did write a whole bunch down. And I'm gonna watch this later on. So anything I missed, I'll, I'll just write it down then. Williams Blake Hall says new nominee from The Big Chill, Platoon, Sniper, a little movie called The Substitute, Tom Berenger. I thought I added Tom Berenger. That I thought I added Tom Berenger. I really did. That I thought I did. Well, thank you for mentioning him. At least for sure now I'm gonna have him added. Thank you. And Erin Ward says Farrell's best role was impersonating Bono on SNL. I've never seen that. And 70s Mustang says, love the intermission video and music. Oh, thank you so much. I worked really hard on that video and I'm so glad that you liked it. Thank you. Next Generation Show. Keep up the good film analysis. Oh, thank you so much. I will. And Evan Ward says, Berenger was great in Major League. Oh, I never saw that movie. So many movies I've never seen. All right, we've got Russell Crowe coming up here with Gladiator and Robin Hood, as well as Cinderella Man. We've got Matt Damon, who was very notoriously in the Jason Bourne movies, and also Ocean's 11. And then we've got Dominic Purcell, who was in Invincible, Blade Trinity, and Primeval. What do you guys think of those guys? Jack says, there's your movie, Last Legion, after Rob Roy in 12 Monkeys. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Um, Last Legion. Is that my type of movie to watch, though? Is it a period piece movie? Yeah, I think so. The Last Legion. All right, and we got Rob Roy. Write it down again. Rob Roy and 12 Monkeys. 12 Monkeys is gonna be the one that's gonna be the hardest for me to like watch, because it really is. It's gonna be the toughest one. And William Blake Hall says, new old nominee, French Connection, Jaws, Marathon Man. Uh, 2010, usually actiony for a 2001 sequel, especially Blue Thunder, Roy Schneider. Schnei- Schneider. Scheider. Scheider. Roy Scheider. Why did I want to put an N in there? Roy Scheider. Yeah, definitely should be on my list. And John Walker says Blue Thunder is awesome. Ooh. And Lance asks if Stunt Brat left already, but she could be. I think she might be just hanging out somewhere. Um, and William says, agreed, Johnny. Maybe RNG can catch it sometime. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe I can catch it. Um, Blue Thunder. I'll write that down. Blue Thunder. You guys have so many great suggestions for me. I appreciate it. Oh, okay. So, Jack says it's a period movie set after the fall of Rome. Oh, okay. Okay. And I suppose Blue Thunder, the helicopter sequences are incredible. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm gonna go on to the next three. We're just going. Oh, so the next four, because then that will be the end of the list. Guys, we're at the end. Oh my God. We're at the end. Let's get there. We've got Jason Statham, who did Transporter, Fast and the Furious, presents Hobbs and Shaw, and The Expendables. We've got Kate Beckinsale, who did Underworld, which movies which I love. I haven't seen one I didn't like yet. Pearl Harbor and Van Helsing. I don't think in Pearl Harbor she did any action, but definitely in Van Helsing and Underworld she did quite a lot of it. And also she was in that remake of the Total Recall, and she did a lot of action in that too. So I just love her. She's just great. Dwayne Johnson, guys. He's still doing this thing today. But see, uh, where I saw him the first time was in The Scorpion King. Um, but he was also in The Rundown and a movie called Doom, which I can't, to this day, I cannot see that movie. I just, I had such a hard time watching that movie. It was just like, what? Oh my God. um, and then we've got the last one is Gerard Butler. Uh, and he was in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, 300, and Rain of Fire. He's really, really awesome uh, guy, really, really awesome actor when it came to action, especially in 300. He was just incredible. In Lara Croft, he was very he played sort of a character that was like a double agent, I guess you could call him. You couldn't really trust him, and I love that about him. He was just he played it well. He played it well. I love this character. Um, and yeah, that's the end of the list, guys. And I'm gonna be adding the ones that you suggested because it just wouldn't be complete without them. And Sean Ennis says, triple duty watch. He's doing triple duty watching RNG all on his phone. Well, thank you for your time and watching this show today while you were doing everything. Uh, and let's see. And Evan Ward says, "Hubba hubba, Kate B." Yeah, she's gorgeous. And uh, yes, please. And Daryl says DJ was in The Mummy. Yes, he was in The Mummy. And I have to say, it was not my favorite way that they used him in The Mummy. I was just like, really? That's how you're going to use the Scorpion King? And it was very anticlimactic and very disturbing. Yes, CGI. It was just heartbreaking. But and the Scorpion King really showed me like, oh wow, he's got something there. Loved him in that movie, and it's regular for me to watch that movie. Um, and I don't remember the girl who plays the the love interest. I always thought she was exceptionally beautiful. And the guy who played the bad guy, I thought he was really juicy, and they had something special there. After that, they did like several um, sequels to the Scorpion King, and none of them had the same magic. They just did not. I tried watching them all one evening, and it was like, what is going on? It's just going downhill. Each movie was just worse than the last. But again, if you enjoy low budget B movies, some that could be fun for you. It was fun for me. I had fun with it. So, and William says my final very own nominee, TV movie and Miss TV movie, The Missile of October, as President Kennedy, family plot, Hitchcock villain, Marathon Man, a good TV movie, Red Alert, 1977, Thunder, Space Cowboys. Um, I speak of, of I speak, of course, of William Devane. Oh, I should write his name down. William Devane. You have some good ones today. You definitely did. Thank you, William. You are incredible. I love all of the information that you have and suggestions that you have and how much you add to the conversation. Thank you so much. I love all of you. Uh, just really, I love this back and forth conversation. I learn things all the time. It's just really awesome. And William says, love me some Beckham Sale. Yeah, me too. She's great. She's just great. I do love that girl. She's incredible. That woman, she's fantastic. Um, and Lance says, what a journey this was. Yes, it was, and it was fun. It was definitely a lot of fun. I had so much fun putting together this list for you guys, and it just is. a pleasure to finally have it all done and to see where where I started and it came from and hopefully I'm gonna put together just like a plain video of just the names of all of these people. I'm gonna add extra names that you guys suggested if I can find them and fit them in, and just have some fun with that video whenever I get a chance to get it done. But if you guys have any last minute names of people that wasn't on the list, go ahead and pile it in now. Just go ahead and pile in any other names that you think should be on this list. Already see that, and I should have. Let me see. Um, Unicorn Rampant Studio says, I remember seeing Underworld in the theater. It was just enthralling. Wasn't it just, it was so good. Vampires versus werewolves, and the werewolves were bad. I mean, they were amazing. I loved it so much. And even though the transformations for a lot of the stuff was CGI, I still liked it. It was like I was there was something about the the look of everything, the feel of everything that just really made me love this gothic underworld, like literal underworld, and all of the characters that were involved. So uh, they had actors that were seasoned and very, very, highly acclaimed actors. So I enjoyed all that. And so let's see. We've got a suggestion. I nominate Claudia Christian, of course. Claudia, yeah. She was the one in the substitute, one of the substitute movies with Treat Williams, who was also awesome, and Babylon 5, and much more. Treat Williams, wow. Yeah, she was. Now, I was keeping this mostly for movies, but yes, Claudia Christian was also in The Hidden and did quite a few you know physical things in there as an action star with those guns. So I might have to put her on the list. I just got to find three movies that she was in. Let's see. The Rock likes to eat pie. Probably. Uh, and we got a suggestion of Kelly Who. Kelly Who. Kelly Who. And William Blake calls this Beckinsale was also an odd little thriller called Whiteout. Yes, I heard. Yes, Whiteout. Lance Chafin says The Rock was in Rampage, Skyscraper, and San Andreas. Yes, yeah. I mean, eh, once things started to take off for him, he just didn't stop showing up in all of these action movies, and I love when actors do that. I do love it when they're like, okay, now let's go. Like Harrison Ford after Blade Runner and the first Star Wars movie, he just took off running, and he was in everything in the 80s, and it was wonderful. It's like, yes, just work. Because, as an actor, you have a finite amount of time to be able to do what you do. And some people actually have like 20 years, 30 years to do their thing. But oftentimes, like, whether they're like a gazillion reasons why actors stop doing what they do, but it's also kind of nice when you see it, someone just dive in. Like, okay, people like seeing me in action movies. Let's go. Uh, and instead of like, oh yeah, but I want to be in taken seriously. It's like, yeah, that's great and everything, but you're built for action movies. Look at you. And we need a good like action movie. So we always need a good action movie. We always need a good summer blockbuster. And so yeah, I like when actors lean into that stuff. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger did. He was like, we're gonna get our Academy Award for a Lifetime Achievement way down the line. Let's take care of the action right now. Lance Chapin says Gerard Butler was in the Fallen movies of Olympus, London, and Angel. Yes, and I think he's still working on these action movies. He hasn't stopped. Which is fascinating and awesome. I mean, Sean says, WH, definitely William Devaney. Rolling Thunder doesn't get enough praise. Also, Marathon Man is awesome as Dustin Hoffman's brother. Mm, I'm gonna have to like dive deep into these movies and this William Devaney's movies. And we had an amen, Sean. And Sham, is it safe? And William says, actually, Scheider was Hoffman's brother. Devane was allegedly a friendly spy. Oh, okay. And wow, some good ones in there. Hoffman, uh, Schneider. Okay. And that fight in the hotel room with the piano wire still holds up. Oh. And Devane was named Janeway long before Star Trek Voyager. Okay, cool. And Butler was in Geostorm. Yeah, I heard about that movie. There wasn't good things about that movie, but yeah, I heard he was in that movie. LL Lance kept people out of the dentist's office for years. In response to is it safe? And let's see. And Lance says Rachel Weisz was the love interest in The Mummy. Yeah, she was so beautiful in that movie. My God, her beautiful eyes. She was like she has such a unique facial structure, like and she was just gorgeous, gorgeous and smart, and did a wonderful job as in that character. Um, William Blake Hall said, "Hey, we've been mentioning her forever, but not why not Rachel Weisz? You are so smart. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? I mean, we've been mentioning her the whole time. Rachel Weisz. Oh my goodness. And you guys have the spelling down too. I don't have to. And Sean, check out Commando Squad Worst Tooth Extraction. Worse than Marathon. Oh man. And the scene with the gang in the stairwell in Marathon Man. Um, and Chafin says, RNG, how about horror movie icons list? No, that's hard for me because I'm not a horror movie like lover. I know, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm not well versed in the horror genre. Um, I may know a thing about or two about some 80s horror movies, but not so much like anything recently or anything in that. Definitely nothing in the 90s. I just didn't see any horror movies in the 90s. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I can probably do sci-fi. Sci-fi icons. Um, and that might be a short list, wouldn't it? That might be a short list. Um, and let's see. And we're getting some recommendations about Kelly Who. Kelly Who is sexy. So we have to find out about Kelly Who. Um, and Southland Tales for the Win. Um, and so much eye candy in that X-Men movie she was in. So pretty and scary. Hmm. Is that recent? Uh, 'Cause I know X-Men was like in the early 2000s and a little bit towards the mid of like 15 after 2010. Claudia was also in The Hidden in Maniac Cop 2 and 3. Yes. Yeah, she was amazing in The Hidden. And William says, RNG, we went so fast today. I didn't praise Angelina Jolie enough. Bone Collector, Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow, and Girl Interrupted. Yes, I think she deserves it. Now, I know a lot of people have personal issues with her, and that's fine. I mean, I don't care about any of that stuff. I'm looking at the work, and I loved the dedication she put to her characters. And I love the fact that she did go down the action route. Um, you know, and a lot of her action movies were good. They were very good. So I do like her quote unquote body of work. Um, so yeah, I thought too, a lot of her earlier things, like her and Hackers, she was just a gem in that. Um, and also Cyborg too. That was very interesting. So I think um I don't know. I do like her a lot. I have no idea why, and I do know that some people don't like her for her, personal decisions or whatever. But um, I did enjoy her material. Definitely did. Um, Claudia Christensen was also in Arena 1989, the alien fighting film. Yes! John Walker, you know that I love that movie so much. I do. I do. I forgot she was in that. I forgot she was in that. That movie was so good. That movie was so good, guys. I mean, it's a bad movie, but I just love it. It makes me smile so much. Um, yeah. Definitely. Arena is. I actually was gonna do a deep dive on Arena, uh, uh, but I have to get a better copy than the thing that have now. I know that it's also on YouTube as well, but the copy on YouTube is pretty bad, and it's gonna like I don't know if if it will create buffering problems while watching it because sometimes it does. Kelly Who was in Friday the 13th Part 8 in 1980. Oh, uh, was that a different? We didn't get a Friday the 13th Part 8 yet in 1988. Her first role. It must have been a typo. Was it? Um, that must be a typo. But yeah, in her first role in 1988. Okay. Um, Sean says, my ex-wife liked to think of herself as Rachel Weisz in The Mummy and me as Brendan. Some people like to do, as some people like to do. What does she know? She's crazy. What are you talking about? Well, it was your ex-wife, so I could see why things didn't work out there, but that's kind of cute though. Um, Uh, Lance says Gerald was just a movie. He was just in a movie called The Plane. Yes, I heard about that movie. It had I don't know. There was it was kind of like a bad movie, but a good um it had something to it, they said. That's what I heard from the critics. It wasn't a horrible movie, but it wasn't a great movie. Uh, and of course, Gerald is like doing his best, as he often is. Brendan Fraser nearly died during this a scene where his character is hanged. Rachel Weisz remembered he stopped breathing and he had to be resuscitated. Oh yes, I heard about that. I did hear about that. Let's see. And Sean Ennis said that she is one of the people to talk about when they say don't put your oh, okay. Well, woohoo! I'll try to unsee that. Daryl Johnson says, with the exception of a loincloth, a few pieces of jewelry and pasties, Patricia Velasquez was nude except for body paint, which took 4 hours to apply. And this was for the mummy. Yes, I remember that. And Patricia was fantastic in that role. Um, she um, she was a model, I believe, and she didn't have to say much in the part, but definitely had the look for the character. And wow, she was gorgeous. So it worked. It was just like, wow, what's going on here? She was fantastic. Lance Chapin said that Rachel Weisz was in the Black Widow movie. Yes, she was. She was, and I heard that she was great in it. Um, Sean, and it says Claudia Christian has a great scene in The Substitute where she breaks a guy's fingers one by one. Oh my goodness, Claudia! Wow. And Lance is suggesting favorite TV shows list. I like that. Yes. Let's write that down. Favorite TV shows list. Okay. Was Lucy Liu ever mentioned? No, I have to write her down. How could I not? She was in so much, right? Yikes, sorry. I'm so glad you guys are here to help me out with my list. Right? Good point, Daryl. Yes. Sorry. And how about I this is why I need you guys. Um, yes, Famke Jensen. You guys are fantastic. Thank you. Oh, look who's here. My cool dog is here. Hello, my cool dog. A big like. Thank you so much. You're so awesome. Uh, and John Walker says Arena was amazing. The creature designs were really cool and classic. Yes, and there was even stop motion design. I just loved it. I just loved it. Lance, great idea. Famke was in Lord of Illusions, Golden Eye, Deep Rising, The Faculty. Oh my God, I love The Faculty. House on a Haunted Hill, I Spy, and the Taken movies. Absolutely, yes. I don't know. I dropped the ball on that one. Uh, and Hungry Jerk says, the last first run movie I saw was The Force Awakens. I can't watch. Okay, well, uh, yeah, I had a problem with that movie for other reasons. like story, plot, and everything. But technically, it had action, adventure, and just had big problems for me. Um, but Sean says, "Orange, sorry for the lewd remark. I just tried to bleep myself. My ex-wife is a sore subject. Apologies. Oh, no worries. I was laughing about it, and so it is. Thank you for for thinking about that. And yes, you're. It's okay. um, and Daryl said, yeah, they want to bring Ray back as a Jedi Master. Yeah, they're bringing her back. Yeah, they're bringing her back. Ray Skywalker. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But that's another and that's another subject matter. We're talking about action stars that we love. um, and I feel really bad for the actress though, who's plays Daisy Ridley, having to go through all this. But they wrote a terrible thing for her anyway. Unicorns. Uh, who are the, oh, I don't know what's happening. What's happening? Oh, okay. Any uh I thought anything political or unnecessary descriptive. Um um all right. Um and William Blake also says that if Daisy Ridley starred in a Ridley Scott movie, she would be Daisy Daisy Ridley Scott. That's interesting. Yeah, well, I don't I feel bad. I mean, I feel bad for the actress because it's not her fault. I mean, they screwed up everything, and um, it's a long story. I should do a segment on just Star Wars. We can probably do a segment on Star Wars. Um, uh, we could just do a segment on Star Wars one of these days. Um, John Walker says, Michael Dudikoff, American Ninja Avenging Force. Yes, I did add him. He's on the list. Michael Dudikoff is definitely on the list. Yeah, I did. Yeah, he's here. Um, uh, yeah, American Ninja was pretty incredible. And Lucy Liu and Antonia Banderas was in Ballistic uh, X versus Sever. Hmm. Okay. Okay. uh, Ballistic X versus Sever. I've never heard of that before. I've never heard of it. But yeah, Lucy Liu is getting added to the list. I'm gonna add her before I do my final video, and hopefully it won't be too long. I'll keep my that video final video really long. And it won't be a live stream. It'll just be a video, with me just showing all of the names on the list. Uh, and yeah. I think we're all set to go. Do we have all systems that go for the end of the evening? Um, and let's see. John Walker says Charlie Sheen, the Wraith, is definitely science fiction. Has this film been mentioned? Um, I've reviewed it on my channel. It's like amazing. I love that movie. I didn't add Charlie Sheen because he's not really known for action, but he did do a few. He did do a couple of, like, I think, was it Hot Shots or one of them, uh, where he did like a funny spoofy movie. Um, but no, I'm getting William is saying that is Charlie Sheen in crazy movies like Terminal Velocity. I've never seen that one. Uh, um, The Rookie. I've never seen that one. Um, in spite of myself, I enjoy Terminal Velocity. Oh, I've never never heard of Terminal Velocity. I've got to see this movie. Um, and is that the name of the title? Ballistic X versus Sever is an awful title. Like, I don't know. I've never seen that before. That's a wild one. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I am uh gonna shut down right now. Tomorrow we've got that awesome movie that we're gonna watch. Um, Flash Gordon and the Deadly Rays from Mars. That should be a lot of fun. Um, so I hope to see you guys tomorrow. It should be a lot of fun for me. I'm gonna just I just last weekend with Flash Gordon, Rocket Ship was just so good. It was so good. It was so good. I'll never forget how much fun I had on that stream. Um, and it was only an hour and 7 minutes. I still can't get over that. So yeah, I am gonna play our little video. And if you guys, want to say some last words, um, you can. Let's see if I can find the video. Yeah. Yep. So, um, yeah, if you have some last words you want to say, some things you want to say goodbye to, some friends that you have in the chat, and also some friends that you made tonight. Also, if you have any last words for me, also do leave those in the comments. And without further ado, I bid you adieu. And I will see you in the next video. That should be tomorrow. Okay. Bye.
Retro Nerd Girl, you are clear for takeoff.